Hey Facebook, how's it going?
We're back on.
Victoria and I are doing a team coverage Facebook Live here. I just got off the phone with Major Alan Everidge, who you've been talking to all morning, Victoria, who's leading this search. He's over the Houston County Jail.
Yeah, he's a major at the Houston County Detention Center, and he's been really great in updating us with Claudia from last night. Now in this morning and now into the later morning hours, we're still getting updates. And you last spoke with him, and you heard that
just got off the phone with him because we've been out here, and I don't know if you can see behind us, they've got a little checkpoint over here.
This is Moslin Drive and Houston Lake Road.
Yep, and they've got this checkpoint. And like Victoria, you were telling me, they've been checking cars coming in and out of that area.
Yeah, anyone who's been leaving, they've actually been opening up the trunk, talking with people, but we don't know any information where you haven't been able to get up there.
So they're not letting us down that road. When we saw the helicopter was going around, and then it left, and then we saw a bunch of SWAT team members coming out of the woods. So we thought, whoa, is this a big update?
Yeah.
Talked to Major Everidge. Unfortunately, it's not. He said the helicopter went to go refuel, and they're relieving a lot of those SWAT team guys that were in the woods. Actually, you can see some of them. I don't know if you can see that far. You can see a few of them coming out of the woods. See if we can zoom in a little bit here. Is it working?
There we go.
A little bit. Okay. You see a few of those SWAT team guys out there have just come out of the woods. And they've
been doing quite a few runs, because earlier today by the apartments where that first inmate was found at the Oliver Park apartments.
Yep.
He was actually that first inmate, because there were two of them. He was caught in those apartments there, and they had their search there, and they had their SWAT members out there in the woods behind the apartments. Fortunately, they didn't find anything. So around 8 o'clock. That's when they all took off. There was literal smoke behind the tires, and we've been following them ever since. And now this is where they are. They were at Langston Road, and now they're here. Moslin Drive.
And so Maureen Sandrock, thanks for tuning in here. And she's asking, have they confirmed he's at least in the area they're searching? No one has technically confirmed that to us, but we've been hearing a lot of hearsay that yes, he's in those woods.
But of course, we can't confirm, like we've been mentioning all morning. We can only confirm what those deputies on scene tell us, and that's when we'll bring it to you. We always bring
Major Everidge did say they've been, in his words, they've been pushing him in the woods. So it sounds like they're pretty sure that he is in these woods, and they've been searching. We've seen K-9 teams, SWAT team, helicopter, he said, should be arriving back shortly after they refuel. Thank you, Maureen. We appreciate you tuning in. Okay, we're always happy to answer you guys' questions. So.
We do know that multiple agencies are responding. We've had GSP here, U.S. Marshal was here last night. Of course, Houston County, Perry Police Department. They're all working together to hopefully capture this guy today, because they've been on the run for, I want to say, about 14 hours now. Major Everidge, he's been awake and going on, I don't know what fuel he's going on, but since yesterday 5 a.m. Gina Rogers, is he still in his underwear? That's a good question. If you were tuning into our last Facebook, we do know that they dropped those jail suits. They picked them up. The deputies have actually picked them up, and they were expecting that he is in a t-shirt and underwear and socks, because that's where that first inmate, that's how he was found, with just the bare minimum, really, because they did take off those jail jumpsuits.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so, and what he's saying, again, you see a lot of these SWAT guys kind of congregating over there at the checkpoint, and he said they're bringing them out of the woods to relieve them, just like you heard Victoria saying, a lot of these guys have been going all night long, and so they're relieving some of them out of the woods, giving them a break. We just saw a minute ago, Houston County Fire Department truck pulled up and stopped off with a cooler of Gatorades and waters for them, so, making sure they're taken care of out here. But, Donna's saying she hears the helicopter when it's up, and again, right now it's not up in this area, but we know that they're really heavily focused on the woods off of Houston Lake Road and Moslin Drive. A lot of officers out there. There's officers lining Houston Lake Drive actually in cars out here. Some of them carrying assault rifles, looking towards the woods. I'm assuming waiting to see if they see any activity or him try to make a break for it out of the woods.
Yeah, again, this is just a very fluid situation for everyone who's joining. Thank you so much for joining us, first of all. We want to update you as much as we can. Of course, we've been bringing you the details up to the minute. Right now, it's kind of a slow period. We're just waiting to see if we find any more information about the suspect. But while we're here, we could talk about that first suspect that was caught.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just got that information. We got the confirmation of the identity of that suspect who was arrested last night.
And his name is Willie Driver. He is, I think that we heard 24 years old. This is his photo. I'm just going to share it with you guys here.
Here, let's zoom out before you do that.
Yeah.
There you go.
This was the man that they arrested yesterday. This is the first inmate. There were two of them, this one and the one that's still missing. He has been caught. He has been taken back to jail. He was the one that was found in the t-shirt, underwear, and socks, and that's why they're guessing that Shane Sape, the man that we're looking for today, is in that same attire because they found him in t-shirt, underwear, and socks. So this is who they caught last night. I'm going to show you who they're looking for today. So this is the man they're looking for. This is Shane Sape. He is described as 5'9". That's how tall he is. He's about 200 pounds. He's blonde. He is also bald, but his features may resemble someone who is blonde because naturally his hair is blonde. Of course, his hair looks a little darker here. He's 38 years old. This is who they're looking for as of this morning. This is who we've been following around all morning as deputies try to capture him. So this is the guy we're looking for. Again, we have all of this on our web as well. His picture is plastered all over our Facebook and both of our personal Twitters and Facebook as well.
Absolutely.
So the more you get this image out there, the better. We also spoke with, Major Everidge. If you do encounter this individual, please, 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 this is a plea from the police as well, do not approach him. Let 911 take care of it. Let the officers take care of it. They are not considering him armed, but they are considering him dangerous, being that he did flee from police. He fled from jail, and he also broke into a home last night.
And you know, we see a lot of you guys commenting, say, well, we're packing, and you know, a lot of us here are packing heat, but you know, yeah, again, it's not your job to go looking for him or to try to confront him. If you do see him, just call 911 immediately. I saw Maureen asking again, you know, do we know if this is a planned thing or just a kind of a spur of the moment opportunity? And I think it's very early investigation to whether or not to know that. They have not disclosed that to us yet. You know, we'll probably be asking that, you know, here shortly. But again, right now we do not know that, and they have not disclosed any kind of information like that to us. It's still very early in the process of the investigation. Probably going to catch him first before they start to question him, and then maybe try to find that out.
So if you have any questions about this investigation and what's going on, feel free to leave them. I have our video open on a separate phone with all the comments that are here. Of course, guys, we always give you the most up-to-date information, the most accurate, coming from law enforcement officials. So please bear in mind, if you do see something in the comments and we have not confirmed it, we are not liable for what people say in the comments. We can only go off of what officials, deputies, people on scene can tell us.
Now, Victoria, we know a couple of these daycare centers in the area have been on lockdown since he's been discovered in the area. One on Houston Lake Road, I believe called Meadowdale.
Yeah, what we know so far is Meadowdale Learning Center, that's at 1797 Houston Lake Road here in Perry, is on lockdown. They did notify parents. They sent out text messages letting them know what is going on. And Foundation Academy in Perry, that's at 2157 GA 127 in Perry. They are also on lockdown. We do have that linked on our website as well for parents who are concerned. They should be safe in the area. We're safe. We're just right across the street. And I feel fine. Yeah,
Brandon, I saw you on there. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you watching, Brandon Norris. And I know you have a big support for law enforcement for us, so I really appreciate that, sir. And yeah, we are making sure to stay well behind the police lines here.
Susie Bryant, yes, we're still in the Perry areas. Kimberly Knoll, our location is Houston Lake Road, right across the street from Mossland Drive. We're actually on Arena Road, just across the street, safely, of course. Bright Beginnings, is that Stephanie Sauls, is that a daycare? If so, please message WGXA.tv with information and we'll reach out to them for you. a phone number, preferably.
Yes, there is police canines involved. Yeah, we've seen several units come out here. I actually, when I was driving up here, saw 2 police canine state officers passing me on the road. So
yeah, when I got here around 4:45 this morning, I heard those dogs barking there, ready to get this man. Hopefully, within today, you know, this search stops, just to keep everyone safe. Again, just to reiterate, he is not considered armed, but he is considered dangerous for obvious reasons. He did flee from jail, and he did break into a home. A little morale booster, that tractor riding on the road.
I was gonna see if I was hoping that tractor would try to go through the police barricade, and I thought that'd be a nightmare. But moving on here.
Maureen Sandrock, since you know where we are, you're asking, do we know the radius of how far they're searching? Unfortunately, we do not. That is a good question. We're going to work to get those answers for you. Of course, these law enforcement officers are really busy this morning.
Again, what we saw from where we're standing at the corner here, we saw a helicopter circling right in these woods right next to us. I mean, he was circling just right here. Here, you can kind of see here. So these woods right here, the helicopter was just making a slow, low circle right here several times before they went to go refuel. So, you know, we're assuming they're searching in these woods. And, you know, when I spoke to Major Everidge, he did say we're pushing him in these woods.
Okay.
So meaning that they're trying to cut the ground where they believe he's at and trying to get him into a more confined space where they can find him easily.
Yeah, so that'll answer your question, Michelle. They are sure he's still in Perry. You heard it here from Major Everidge, who spoke with Eric just before this Facebook Live. They are pushing him in this area, so it looks like it's safe to assume that they believe he's right here.
Correct.
Basically right in front of us.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. Someone says, Ashley Watson, you're saying that you spoke with someone from Bright Beginnings. If you can just give us that phone number so we can make that call and just ease any worries that parents may have if their children are at Bright Beginnings, that would be great. You could just email, message WGXA.TV right here on Facebook.
Yeah, we'd love to find that information for you. Yeah, feel free to email us, news@WGXA-TV.com, or like Victoria said, you can message our page, tweet at us.
Yeah.
We're not picky. Just get us the info, and we'll try to check on it for you.
Yeah, we actually have our web producer who is actively on Facebook getting those answers to your questions, and of course we're here as well. We're trying to keep up with as many questions that come in.
You can see right now, what we were just talking about, the SWAT officers, you know, getting relieved. You can see someone grabbing some drinks from a cooler out here. Again, that can't be easy work, you know, wearing all that gear, all the armor you have to wear and stuff, deep in the woods with the temperature like it is. That's got to produce some sweat. So they thankfully the Perry Fire Department, the Houston County Fire Department brought some drinks out for these guys to help them out, and a lot of them are kind of taking a break right now, getting relieved from their search in the woods.
Alrighty, so we actually got a message from Ashley Watson. Thank you for providing that phone number for Bright Beginnings. We're actually having our web producer call right now and just confirm for you guys. That way all those parents know that their children are safe. I could tell you that Eric and I are just across the street from one of the places that are actually down the street even too. From these places. We feel absolutely safe, but of course we are adults, and I know many parents are worried about their children. They should be safe as of today. I know they take really good care of their kids here. But
again, it sounds like they're not taking any chances. You know, they're locking it down, which is what they should be doing. You know, when they're searching in an area so close to a daycare center, you know, they're just not taking any chances. So probably why you're seeing these places go on lockdown this morning.
Yep. So we're still here with you guys. If you have any more questions, feel free to send them over. We can go over who they're looking for, how this all transpired, because it's been quite a doozy. It's been here for a few hours, and few I say lightly. We're going on 14, maybe 15 hours.
Absolutely. Continuous coverage, you know, on WGXA. Like you said, Claudia
was doing an amazing job out here.
Victoria's been out here all morning. I'm coming out here now. We might even have another reporter coming in a little bit. So, you know, a lot of team coverage happening right now.
That's right. Trying to see your comments, so just bear with us for a moment. got 92 comments so far. Thanks, guys, for participating.
Patrick here commenting, saying, starting to see patrols in the Mossy Lake subdivision. And, oh, look at this. Danielle Lieber saying, be glad when they get him 7 minutes from my house. So a lot of people feeling it because they live really close to this area. So yeah, we can definitely see why you'd have some concerns about that for sure.
But yeah, these guys have been here for a while, and they're really working diligently. They were out here earlier this morning. We're by the detention center on Keith Drive. There was a car about every 100 feet with spotlights.
Wow.
They were ready to go. These guys have really been pushing their limits today, and it's a good effort from all these agencies coming together, really. Andrew Griffin, you're asking what info are they going off to move the search out there? I can tell you that they spotted him at 2 this morning at Oliver Park Apartments. That's where they last spotted him, and obviously they must have spotted him earlier this morning, because when I was out on scene out on Gray Road, officers took off. The helicopter was out, took a nosedive almost, looking for this person, and they somehow expanded their search here. We're not sure how he got here, because this is a trek away if he fled on foot, which he did yesterday. So we're still working on those details. Michelle Harper, you're asking when was the escape? It happened last night, yesterday rather. We knew about it since the evening time. They were on work detail. There was 2 inmates. One of them has already been captured. They were on work detail, trash detail to be specific, and they fled on foot. They just took off, and they did capture that first inmate, escaped inmate, at the apartments. Then again, just to reiterate, they saw that second inmate who we're still looking for this morning at the apartments at 2 a.m. And somehow between the hours of 7 and 9 they made their way over here, and we've just been following them. Very fluid situation right now. Kim Grell, wow, you're joining us from Oregon. Thanks for joining in. Kim Messer, do they have him? No, they do not. They are still searching. We just spoke with Major Everbridge just moments before. Everidge. Moments before this Facebook Live, they're still looking for him.
I saw one comment. I don't know if you saw this one, Victoria, but they're just asking what area are they searching. And for those of you guys who are probably just tuning in right now, this is in Perry, Georgia. This is right off Houston Lake Road, and it's right in front of Mossland Drive. So Mossland Drive and Houston Lake Road in Perry, Georgia, is where they're searching right now. Basically, they've been really searching hard in these woods right here. We saw a helicopter making a slow, low circle right here over this corner of the woods right here. So, they've been searching really heavily for a while right here in these woods. So, I talked with Major Alan Everidge. He's over the Houston County Jail. He was telling me that they've relieved some of the SWAT officers. The helicopter went to go refuel, but they feel like they're really pushing him through these woods right now. So, we don't know if they have him cornered to one spot or how close they are to getting him, but that was the last update we received just a few minutes ago.
Crystal, thank you for keeping up with us. We really enjoy keeping you guys informed. Brandon, you're praying for our Blue Line family. Yes, definitely.
Thank you, Brandon. Sure. Yeah, good to see you, man. Thank you for tuning in.
What they were in prison for. They were actually just at the detention center. Sometimes that could take a while for processing. But we do have
their charges,
list of charges. We'll talk about Shane Sape. We know his charges as of this morning. This is why he was originally in jail. I should correct myself. So let me pull those up for you. He was actually being held on a few charges. He was booked on violation of parole, theft by deception, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and then 3 charges of burglary. So he has quite a regime, but they were non-violent offenses according to Major Everidge. So that's why they're not considering him armed at this moment either, but he is dangerous. Those were his charges prior to his escape. Now he's going to be facing more charges, fleeing, that burglary.
I would think so, yeah.
Which I believe are all felonies, if I'm not
mistaken. I would think so.
So he's going to be spending a long time in jail. I don't think he'll be on work detail ever again, considering what happened yesterday.
He's lost that opportunity.
Yeah. We don't even know how long he was at the detention center for. If he had any chance of getting out, we're still working on that. Beverly, thank you for joining us. We really enjoy keeping you guys informed. That's what we're here for. We try to find the most up-to-date information to keep you guys safe and knowing what's going on in your community. Gina, thank you. So if you're just joining us, it's kind of a slow motion right now because SWAT officers and officers on scene in general are just being swapped out. They've been here for a while. It's time to bring in some new, fresh pair of eyes. I'm sure everyone is pretty exhausted.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what's going on right now. If you were tuning in earlier, you saw the helicopter. He's out to go get refueled. He's been flying around for quite a while as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
it sounds like they're just getting refueled up, rehydrated, re-energized to get back out there.
It's a hot day, and it's going to be that way if you've watched WGXA.
It's only going to get hotter. Yeah.
Chastity, Blash, we are being safe. We definitely are. Thank you for thinking of us. And Kimberly, yeah, we're hoping no one gets hurt either. Hopefully this is just a smooth operation. I'd rather it take a lot of hours rather than someone being hurt this morning.
If you're just now joining us, we'll give you a quick update too on what's going on. So, again, we're out here on Houston Lake Road across from Mossland Drive, and where police, SWAT team, sheriff's deputies searching the woods out here, and federal officials all searching the woods right here off of this road. And we are working to get more details. We know a helicopter was out here. Now it's gone back to refuel. It will be coming back probably shortly. And we've been told that he is in this area in the woods here, and they're pushing him, is pretty much is what the last we heard from Major Everidge. So continuing to report for you guys out here and get on any developments that might be happening. Appreciate your kind words, Brandon. Thank you, sir, for tuning in. Appreciate all the sacrifices you and your family have made, of course.
Oh.
Thank you so much. Okay. We just got an update, big update. In this case, he is in custody. We just got that confirmed by a Houston County Sheriff's deputy out here. He is in custody. I repeat, he is in custody. We just got that update out here.
We're going to work to confirm the details as to how they captured him, what that protocol was, how this all went down. So stick with us here on WGXA on Facebook Live. Danielle's going to take over in just a few moments. We're going to make sure that we could get all this information for you while Danielle gets her Facebook Live situated, because she's going to start a brand new one. So just hang tight, folks. We're going to get you everything we need.
Again, we do know they got him. They said he is in custody. We just got that information from a deputy here not a minute ago. So just big update right now in this chase, in this case. So.
Yeah, so great job to law enforcement for getting that done. Hopefully no one was injured in the process.
Absolutely.
Of course, we're going to get all those all that information. I'm looking at comments here on my phone. Everyone's saying great job, great job. Yes, it is a great job.
Yeah, this is big. Yeah.
So this is really just a fluid situation. Again, if you're just joining us, he has been caught. The suspect has been caught. I'm going to show you guys a picture of who we were looking for. Hopefully, we'll figure out the details of how he was captured, what he was wearing.
Very shortly they'll be doing some kind of press conference or something, and yeah, we'll.
This is the guy. We're going to tweet out a picture. Hopefully, you guys can see this. We're going to tweet out a picture for you that he has been captured. He has been captured. We confirmed that with a deputy here that's been across the street hanging out with us too as well.
Yeah.
He's getting all those updates from his colleagues, so we're going to send this out right now.
Yeah. Are you So Victoria's saying we got official confirmation from Major Everidge. What do we know right now,
yeah,
Victoria?
he has been captured. That's all we can confirm. That's what he texted me right now. He's actually replying right now. I'm seeing these little bubbles here on my phone.
We're getting this to you as soon as we get it, guys. It doesn't get much more breaking than this. So it doesn't get much more breaking news than what's going on right now. You're seeing it as soon as we do on Facebook Live.
Alrighty, we're waiting on those details. I'm going to tweet this out. Make sure you guys share this for everyone who is worried about in the community. They did capture him. He has been captured. If our web producer Steve, if you're listening, I'm just letting you know now they have been captured.
Steve, take notes. Yes,
I'm tweeting out a picture now.
Yep. We are getting that update information right now for you. So breaking on our Facebook Live. He has been captured. We have that information right now.
We just tweeted it out. Victoria WGXA, that's my Twitter. I'm going to post it on Facebook as well. Share that on all your social media pages, because I know a lot of concerned parents, especially this morning, since 2 daycares have been put on lockdown.
Absolutely.
Hopefully that lockdown will be lifted soon enough.
Yeah.
Of course, as we get more details, we're going to bring them to you. He was captured in a barn in the woods. That is coming from Major Everidge from the Houston County Detention Center. Captured in a barn in the woods.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Wow.
I wonder how deep he was in. That's where we're going to find out now. How far into the woods. Interesting. How he had access to that is probably going to be a big question.
Yeah, I'm sure it was abandoned barn. I mean, I can't assume someone has a barn in those woods that they're operating. I could be wrong, but
maybe a backyard barn. It could be a possibility. Someone's backyard.
Yeah. Or again, it could be abandoned. There's so many abandoned structures
There's a lot
of abandoned,
unanswered questions right now. But we're gonna be
captured in
a
barn in the woods. Just got that information.
You're finding out as soon as we do, as texts come in, as those
Breaking
little bubbles
live right now
on those text messages. You're finding it out.
When she gets the text, comes to you on Facebook Live. So
we're working for you. This is all for you guys, honestly, because I know so many parents are concerned that daycares, people just in the area. We're across the street at a church where people, come to be safe, and I'm sure people are very nervous this morning, but no need. He has been captured.
Julie asking if anyone got hurt. We're assuming no one got hurt because we have not heard anything like that. Again, we won't know for sure until we get the full details, but we have not heard about anybody getting hurt in this, so which is a great thing. A great thing.
I'm just updating our Facebook as well.
A lot of people expressing relief. What happened? I see a couple of you guys saying what happened. Again, all we know at this point is that he was captured in a barn in the woods, in these woods back here, somewhere in this area on Mossland Drive, Houston Lake Road. So
we're gonna find out if anyone was injured. We're crossing our fingers and praying that no one has been injured.
Yep. Good. But again, we have no reason to believe anyone was injured in this because we've not heard anything like that. But again, we won't know until we get those full details coming soon here. See some SWAT officers leaving the scene right now. Starting to congregate up here at the checkpoint. So a lot of people, a lot of you guys showing relief on Facebook. Again, more people asking where he was caught, how he was caught. All we know is he was caught in a barn in the woods. Out here off of Mossland Drive and Houston Lake Road.
Yeah, we're working to get those details for you. I've been in contact with
yes, Maureen. Yes, for everybody, they did get him. They have captured him. Yes, they captured the escaped inmate. His name was Shane Sape. They have captured him, and he is now in custody at this point.
Facing multiple charges, that is definitely for sure. Definitely from fleeing from police and also leaving or escaping jail as well. We do know that he's probably going to have that burglary charge as well because he did break into an apartment, the Oliver Place Apartments on Gray Road in Perry, just behind the detention center. So he was really close by at the beginning, but he has been captured just in these woods right here, in a barn that's coming from Major Everidge. He is part of the detention center in Houston County. He's been at the forefront of this investigation. He's been our go-to guy, and he's been bringing us all the latest updates. We've been texting back and forth, so we do know that he has been captured, which is amazing. That was at 11:05 this morning. It's now 11:11. So great news.
Just 6
great
minutes
work.
ago, yeah, just 6 minutes ago, he was brought into custody. And actually, here's Major Everidge right now pulling up on scene.
Amazing. So we're gonna get him.
We're actually gonna
get him on camera if we can.
put that.
I was thinking in my pocket
That
this
works.
time.
That works, man. Do you want to go up under the
No,
chute, or
just
do you want to
do
go
it.
around?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go around. We'll be doing all.
All right, you can see Major Everidge there. He's about to give us an update. I'm going to just take over here while Eric can do his taped interview for our shows.
Take your telegraph. I'll put you in the back pocket. Where'd they go at? Oh, they have so much room. They'll give you a lightning strike. This back pocket.
Are you going to get through?
If you're joining us now, the suspect has been caught. We're going to speak with Major Everidge here at Houston County Detention Center on just the details. So hang with us, folks. It is 11:13.
You ready?
Oh, 1 second. You want some test, man?
Test.
Okay.
Everybody ready? Good. Approximately 11:07 this morning, we had continued to search this grid between Mossland Drive and Houston Woods and Langston Road. We had several tips this morning, starting at the local dentist office on Houston Lake, Dr. Kinsley's office, and between dogs and helicopters and the public seeing things and making a phone call, we were able to capture him at a barn about 50 yards behind a residence. He came out and gave up. This arrest was made without incident. No injuries to anyone involved.
Was that barn on someone's property, or was that an abandoned barn?
No, it was on somebody's property. We had checked it 3 times this morning since we've been out here, and he basically had doubled back around. We had a neighbor spotted him going back that direction, and as we were going back to check it again, he gave up.
Any idea where he's been so far?
Primarily, he's been using the woods as cover. We still don't have all the breakdown from him to see if he moved as we think, but we think he used the wood line along Highway 127 for cover this morning after sunup and worked his way across through here.
And I know we were putting out a description of what he might be wearing. Do you know what he was wearing at the time of the capture?
He had on a pair of shorts and a t-shirt.
And did he? I mean, you said he was at a barn where somebody lived. Did he?
Nobody lived. Nobody lived in the barn. It's like a storage barn. Yeah, somebody lived in the house, but nobody was home where he was found. A neighbor close by saw him cut across the road and go through a tree line and headed back to that same area. We kept circling back to the same place. Every tip we had, where the dogs were alerted, we felt pretty comfortable that he was in this area. But you know, there's a lot of land to cover and a lot of territory there.
Because your search actually started from the detention center to those apartments now to here. Roughly how far is that?
That's approximately 2.5 to 3 miles.
And so he didn't accost anyone else or steal from anyone else or break in anywhere else?
Now, we don't know any burglaries he's done. We know that, or we believe he was involved in the burglary off of Gray Road in Perry, and we believe he was involved in the burglary off of Houston Lake Road. That evidence still has to be put together for criminal prosecution, but we feel pretty comfortable with that information. We know of no other reports or any other burglaries, and we've not been able to discover anything else.
And no weapons on him either, right?
No weapons.
Awesome.
No one injured?
No injuries. He was not injured, and no officers were injured, no members of the public were injured.
What was the condition you found him in? Was he?
He was tired. He cut up a little bit. He's been through a lot of briars and bushes, and so humidity is good, so that probably helped him out a little bit, but he was tired. He'd been on the run for a while.
And do you know how many officers you had here helping out with this investigation, this search?
Probably, I would say, at the max time, about 50 all told, between the City of Perry, the State Patrol, the Department of Community Supervision, the Sheriff's Office. There was probably about 50 at max. Sometimes it may have dropped down to 35 or so. We had to kind of rotate people out who were there last night and try to get them in today.
And how
long did the search last?
Well, we started last night after 8 o'clock with this search, and at 11 this morning, so about 15 hours, 14 hours. There's some tired folks, including myself, but we were not going home until we put him back where he belongs in the county jail.
Awesome. And what can you say on behalf of the team that all came out to do this?
We are very blessed in Houston County to have a great cooperative spirit between the law enforcement agencies here. I was getting messages from Byron and Centerville and Peach County and Warner Robins. You know, tell us what you need. We're on the way. We can be there. We knew we couldn't get them all out last night because we knew if this was drug on, we were going to need the help today. Department of Community Supervision brought a team in first thing this morning to help fill in some places where we could get folks breaks. And so we're very fortunate to have that. But we're very fortunate that the citizens in this county were willing to make a phone call.
And what do you have to say to those citizens who really made that, ultimately helped in finding this man?
Thank you very much. Thank you for helping us help keep you safe.
Now, we've had a lot of people ask, you know, is there any indication this was premeditated, or was this just like a spur-of-the-moment thing where they saw an opportunity and took it?
No, I think he actually was thinking about it. We're still trying to break that down. We're going through phone calls and letters and interviewing family members and acquaintances trying to understand, but we've gotten some understanding that he had at least been thinking about it.
Any idea how this happened?
Well, it's still kind of an investigation to figure out the exact factors, but it appears right now he was brought out as far as a trash detail inmate working out of the kitchen to dump some trash along with the other inmate, and there's one officer with him, and he just saw the opportunity and he took and run.
And while he's been out, any idea if he's had help?
There's no indication of anyone helping him right now.
And the other suspect who was arrested last night, was he on this plan, or did he just happen to be with him when when Shane, exacted maybe what he was thinking about?
I can't tell you if it was pre-planned together. He was not very cooperative with his information, but there is a couple things in there at least made me believe that they had talked about it.
Were they cellmates or something?
They were assigned to the same housing unit. They were assigned to an inmate workforce unit, which is more like a dormitory. They will not be now.
Was Driver being cooperative with you all?
Driver gives some answers. Some we could verify, some we cannot. So we think he gave us some true statements, but there was a lot of statements that weren't true.
And how long was Shane in the detention center? Because he had a few charges on him.
He came in April, but I don't remember the date.
Okay.
There's a rumor out there. People are saying that this man was going to be out of jail in 30 or so days. Can you verify that?
If he was, that's news to me. Either way, he still wasn't scheduled to be released. He has to stay.
What kind of charges is he facing now?
You're probably looking at now conspiracy to commit escape, and I believe probably 2 more counts of burglary. One in the city of Perry, and one I believe going to be unincorporated house.
Anything else we're missing?
No, thank you.
Thank you
for
very
y'all
much
for putting the word out.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. All right, you guys heard it here first. They found him in a barn in the woods. That barn was on a residential area. They had circled that area 3 times. He kept circling back, and finally they did catch him. He just gave up. He said it was some of the heat, honestly, that helped stop it. But it's really because of you guys. He says all of you were calling in from neighboring cities, from the neighborhood in that area as well. It's because of you guys here on Facebook Live that helped capture this man. So all of you guys should give yourself a pat on the back. This is what community work does. This is a community effort. So thank you guys so much for spreading the word and getting this man out. He says that they had so many phone calls from just concerned citizens and people in the area, and people even out of this county. So just an amazing job between law enforcement and the citizens and the community working together. So great job there. I think we're gonna hand this off a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think we'll wrap up this one here, guys. But you have all the information. Check that out. We've been giving it to you as soon as we've been. Let's turn around here. The lights kind of blacklighting us. There we go. All right. Sorry, I'm particular about my lighting. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up here. But I'm sure we'll be doing another one later. Probably.
Danielle's gonna be out here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get some community reaction as well to those who are living here.
Absolutely.
So thank you for everyone who was sharing that photo. It's because of you guys that they captured him.
And he said it was a tip. It was a called-in tip, and that's the reason why they were able to find him.
So great job to law enforcement and to all of you in the community. So we'll catch you on 5 p.m. starting at 5 p.m. on Fox 24.
I'll be live. Danielle will be live as well on 5 p.m. on Fox 24, 6 p.m. on ABC.
ABC 16, and all the updates coming up at 10 and 11 as well. So make sure you're sticking with us on air and online.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Yep.